If a black man, if he's in an interracial relationship, if you're in an interracial relationship and the black man, he knows better. He's supposed to be conscious and he knows, he's aware of what's going on in the world. Because a lot of times what happens in interracial relationships is that, I always say that majority of times if you're dating somebody who's black outside, if you're dating somebody who's black and it's an interracial relationship, probably a good 60 to 70% of them probably gonna be asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The rest of them, they know better and they just in it. Now, with that being said, if you guys have kids and you know for a fact 95 or 98% of the time the person who's non-black, they're gonna go into it like, hey, I'm gonna have me some beautiful babies, we'll have a beautiful family, but they don't really go into it with the dynamics of, hey, our resources are in this. Now, a lot of them are very knowledgeable or very mindful about the resources, but my thing is the black man wrong for leaving the family if it doesn't work and leave those kids there? Because for the most part, the system that we live in, men are isolated from the families when they put on child support, all this other stuff, spouse support. So that the check keeps you away from home. You know what I'm saying? It keeps you away from home. So it's one thing for a black man to leave his black family, and then, you know, okay, another black man might step up and hold it down or whatever. But what happens in an interracial relationship if a conscious black man leaves the family and then another brother steps in and he has a whole nother ideology and she's more comfortable with it? Now you got mixed kids in the mixed black kids in the mix, and now they're functioning in the world where they have basically no shot.
Interesting. See, in that kind of a situation, specifically, when you have, first of all, as you said perfectly, the system that was created to make sure that the man specifically is separated from the children. It starts with the black man. That's what the system was created for primarily, was to make sure that we are destroyed from the family. That way the government can come in and take the booty or the prize of our woman and our children. Okay, that's how it's always been. You kill the male, spare the female. It's always been that way, from biblical times all the way to every single tribe, the Zulus, the Bantus. They came in and they killed the male, spare the female, take the female, take the children. Okay, because that's where the resources are. You see, you get more, you could say reinforcements. If you put your seed in a woman, you can get another one of you. You see, same thing through slavery. So if I abandon my family, the first thing is you laid down with that woman, black, white, Mexican, Asian, whatever. You laid down. you put something in it, so you must take responsibility for what comes out of it, regardless of what ethnicity. If you conscious now, or you were less conscious and now you're more conscious after you became angry and found a justification to search for your own history to give you reason to leave this woman, because a lot of brothers would do that. You know, they'll leave the black woman and say, oh, because she talked too much and I can't deal with all that, I'm gonna go with this white girl, sleep with the white girl, get a child with the white girl, then say, man, a white girl, man, I don't know, just something I'm not feeling. I don't want to be with you no more. And then I start learning about my history and say, you know what, I'm black, all right, this ain't gonna work out because I'm black. It's like, oh, now you black. Okay, and then you gonna try. So you left the black woman, now you're gonna leave you left the black woman, now you're leaving the white woman, but you're leaving the white woman with children. You probably left the black woman with children too. So now you left both sides. Now what is it? It's not them, it's you. It's you, it's us. That's the point. There's a level of responsibility here, because that right there has nothing to do with race, really, to a degree. I'm not talking about the reason why he left and all that. I'm talking about once you have a child, once you have birthed new life and brought that, then it changes. That's a level of maturity we have to rise up to. Because I can't say, oh, well, my child was, had with a white woman. Well, technically that child is black. Mixed still equals black, because it's original. The slave master knew that. As unintellectual as the slave master was, he said one drop of black blood makes that child a Negro. You black. But because you decide to leave, speaks to who you are as a man. It speaks to your lack of maturity. It speaks to your lack of upbringing with a level of certainty, a level of pride of being a black man, being the man, period, black, white, whatever. But that goes back to systems that were created to destroy us as men. Willie Lynch made sure that the black man would never be a man to protect his family. He was only to be a stud horse, only to make women pregnant, and that's it. And that is a genetic pattern that happens. It is now a mental disease, if you would, not to support psychiatry in any way, but it is quite literally a pattern that we obey now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you pregnant and leave, and it's almost like a switch in our head. We'll get the one pregnant and we're like, all right, I'm supposed to go now.
Yeah.
All right, and I go and leave, and I go to another one. You see, regardless of what the color is, and when you have the black woman left alone with children, but she was taught, guess what? Only rely on me, the system. Don't worry about him. You rely on me. So what do you get now? INDEPENDENT. Independent black women. I don't need no man. I don't need you. I don't need you. Who's hearing that? The little boy. The little girl. So the little girl saying, I don't need no man. Why? Because my mama said she don't need no man. And the little boy saying, well, hell, I don't even want to be no man. You see? It's a whole pattern, brother. This stuff is deep. It's a system. But when it comes to being in an interracial couple, once children come into play, you can't go back and forth with that race stuff no more. Once you decide to bring a new life, and you already passed that. Okay, now it's how we gonna do this? Okay, how can we mix the cultures? How can I learn? Is she black? What? Okay, what we gonna do? All right, she gonna wear dashiki on Mondays, a ball gown on Tuesdays. She gonna eat cheese and crackers on Wednesday, fried chicken on Friday, a mix of Kool-Aid and hot tea on Saturday. You know, I mean, I'm being funny.
No,
but this is
real.
real
Though. That's real, man. Because there's people going through this.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yes.
This is what we're talking about. People do not talk about. Interracial couples don't, at least.
Right.
People talking about it amongst each other, like black on black, white on white, Asian on Asian. But that's because, you know, they understand it amongst each other. But when you cross, usually when you cross, one or either both are going into it with a deep misunderstanding. Very true. Which is very toxic.
Yes, that is true. See, that's why the Honorable Minister Farrakhan teaches us. Minister Farrakhan, man, I'm telling you, and I'm quoting him, but I quote all of our different leaders, brother, from Marcus Garvey down, even the ones prior to Marcus Garvey, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We have leaders. Okay, we have people who actually have done things to where we don't have to make the same mistakes, and they guide us in what we do today. But he teaches us that the first thing that we should do is love self. Learn about self. Find the love within self. Because if we never went through what we went through, we would be with our own. There would be no problems, really. I mean, we have little general arguments, but the black man would be like, no, I'm with my black woman. Okay, if we had not been destroyed and unmanned, as Dr. Wesley claims, or calls it, or has coined it, he says we have been unmade men. We don't even know what it is to be a man anymore. We think a man is getting money, having sex with as many females as we can, getting as many of them pregnant, and party as much as we can while we're doing it. Okay, that's me being a man. Okay, but actually taking responsibility for my child, nah, that sounds kind of weird. You see, that's our nature, but to us today, we don't know what that is. So self-love first, because if I learn about myself and I don't equate the one mistake of this one individual with all my people, then I can find a way to be with my own. I don't have to step outside of my race. If you, for some reason, sisters, brothers, if you can't find one reason to be with a black man and you're black, or a black woman and you're black, something's wrong.
Something's wrong with you.
Something's definitely wrong.
It's really something wrong.
Something's wrong. Your mother had you. Your father helped your mother to have you, regardless of what the circumstances were. You were born and birthed into the world. That was an act of love. The process of creating a child, the process of birthing a child, that is an act of love on its own, because a lot of us are being aborted. You see, so a lot of us, you know, the mother didn't have to birth us. But if she took that time, at least 9.5 months
to get you here,
can't you take at least that much time?
You know, I'm
man.
I'm straight.
Right.
Oh, I'm good. It's no problem. I'm breathing. I got my hands.
Man, and it's like,
I'm straight. No, thank you, Mom.
Oh man, I'm telling you, it's like, dang, but that's real. Yeah. Some of them be like, nah, I'm good. No, be willing as quickly as you are willing to go and jump outside of your race. Because by the way, when a black man leaves the black woman, he's admitting that he's too weak to be a real man. He's admitting, I'm sorry, I have the power to be what I'm supposed to be. So I'm gonna go step into something less demanding. Because if I'm with a black woman, that means I'm with the black culture, I'm with the black civilization. We are taught in the Nation of Islam that when you teach a man, you teach an individual, but when you teach a woman, you are teaching a people. So I have to take responsibility for everything that I teach you, everything I do to you, with you, and around you, because I'm going to have to take care of what comes out of you. You see? So that's why it's such a high, we become so nervous when we think about being with a black woman. Some of us, not all of us. It's a challenge because we need to now go back into the process of being a real man. Because we were unmanned and broken down. Now we got to take the steps to come back, crawling back up, standing up. All right, I got one foot up. All right, get the other foot up. All right, I got to get my back straight. Okay, see, it's a process now of returning to who we were originally. That is not easy to do.
That ain't easy.
It's not easy at all to do. Yes, sir.